This is the High Street. It originally stretched from Selman Street to the railway station, but the length from the junction with Bank Top to the Royal Oak was later renamed Station Road. For our purposes, the High Street is shown in green. We start with the High Street Post Office. William Morrie was the postmaster at this building from at least 1868 until 1897. He married Louisa Greening from the Horns Inn in 1891 and later became a farmer at Ardmore, and the responsibility for the post office moved across the road to this building. John Yates was a saddler in the village from as early as 1868. He had a farm at Moor End, and one of his sons, Alfred, continued the trade from these premises. When he married in 1897, Alfred, seen here second from the right, became postmaster at these premises until 1936. This shows the post office against a modern background. The red brick building adjacent to the post office is Old Stacey's shop. It's now a greengrocer's. And this is the current view. These premises also house the manual telephone exchange. In 1932, Mr. Smalley from Ardmore House was Gnosall 6, and Bancroft's Bakery in Wharf Road was Gnosall 10. This photograph is from about 1914 and has two telegram boys. Text messaging isn't new, just the means of delivery. When few people had telephones, urgent messages were passed between telegraph offices, printed, then sealed in envelopes and delivered by hand by these lads, usually on bicycles. They were often the bearers of bad news during wartime. In 1936, Mr. Haig was postmaster for 3 years until promoted to postmaster at Akershall. Then in 1939, Ted Holden came from Knighton to operate the post office from these same premises. In 1959, Mrs. Edmonds took over responsibility for the post office but ran it from the premises opposite. The thatched building was earlier a pub known as the Duke's Head. The post office was there for 3 years. It was then operated by Mrs. Edmonds from the property at the junction with Selman Street. This is the post office as we know it today, and as it was in the early 1960s with the entrance off Selman Street.